Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an attendee in listen-only mode.
Get approved or rejected. When it gets approved, it may still get reviewed multiple times. Okay? And if it gets rejected, you will get a reason why, and hence you have two options. You edit it and go back for a review. Number two is then you can request an additional appeal. So why do accounts get disabled? There are three main reasons why. One, incorrect business page associated with the ad account. The products and the information on the page does not match with what the website details are. Okay, the details about product, then from the different e-commerce clients if possible, or about the product. If it's this one, then about that specific product. Secondly, the business page is not updated with the website logo selling the products to the users. That is an absolute must. Your pages should have your brand presence. Number three, the layout and the structure of page associated with the ad account looks suspicious and incomplete. The other main reason is that it has any restricted user or asset that associate with an ad account caused disability. There are newly created product where old or previous pages assets have got restricted, will still fall under the circumvention system, and the ads will most likely get disabled. Okay, so and there is another reason is that repeatedly creating multiple business managers and sharing to the same one ad account. And of course, the ad account that has got many disapproved ad over the same ad account. And the third reason is multiple website domain associated with the same ad account. So multiple brands or products listed in each domain website differently, however, is exactly the same website structure and business. Okay, the website may be even containing some adult artwork or low quality artwork, and which has very little information about or in some cases no information about the products. So these are the three main reasons why the account will get disabled. So what are the best practices to be followed when it comes to advertising on Facebook? One, provide a cohesive experience that is use consistent branding throughout your ad experience, that is including in your Facebook page, your Instagram account, your ad content, your landing page. It is very important to have the same cohesive experience for the user. Number two, provide a clear information on the product that you're selling in your ad and your ad's landing page. So this information should describe the product, its features. It should set realistic expectation around its functionality. Number three is create a reputable presence on Facebook, Instagram, and your landing page. Providing information on how can customer about you, then providing information about how a customer can contact you if there are any questions. So every possible detail about you shouldn't this is new to business. You should demonstrate trustworthiness, such as using and creating profile pictures, posts that clearly align with what your brands and products are. Number 5, build trust with your customers. Advertise products that align with your experience that you provide. Um, Avoid creating any negative experience. I mean, that goes without saying. And the last one is ensure that your ads landing page is functioning properly and the content is relevant to your ad. So directing people to irrelevant content and unexpected landing page can create confusion and negative experience. So uh, please avoid this altogether. Yeah. So let's take a look at this example. Okay, child doll, it follows all the best practices that we discussed. You see there's a consistency when it comes to all Facebook apps. Okay, the on the top right that you see, this is one of the ads that I've pulled out, which gives the details about the product. And when on clicking on it, it leads to the landing page, which is specific to the product that we want more information about. And even on the landing page, it gives you all the information that you need about the product that is being sold. So now let's dive deeper into the different elements, okay, and see the do's and don'ts when it comes to like ad copies, ad creatives, and the landing page. Okay, so what are the ground rules for compliant ad copies? One, clearly specify what products or services that you're offering. So ads must give sufficient information about the offer. I mean, it's absolute must. Be specific as much as possible. You cannot use phrases like this product. Okay, try to be specific about what kind of product, what is the product or services. Focus on products, not the user's personal attribute. So ads cannot assert or imply that you're aware of the person's characteristic. Personal attributes include name, age, sexual orientation, gender identity, disability, medical condition, any financial status, with any kind of membership to a particular union, nothing of that sort should be implied or asserted in the ad. Use language that is grammatically correct and not offensive. Do not use profanity, even if it's partially obscured by asterisks or other symbols. For example, S asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. You know, I mean, it should no way imply what you are trying to say, like a profane word, that is. Always use correct grammar and punctuation. A little comma, a little exclamation here and there would completely change the meaning of the ad. So be very mindful about that. Only make claims that are true and sensational. Please do not use clickbait, overly sensationalized headlines, or prompts for users to inauthentically interact with the ad is like absolute no. Do not exaggerate details about what the products and services that you're offering. Always set realistic experiences. Now let's take a look at some examples here. Like this one, right? So best solution to every skin concern. This over exaggeration of the product. Okay. And instead, you should be saying things like a purifying cleanser for acne prone skin. Now the next one, do not miss this offer. What is the offer? Okay. There needs to be a total clarity on what we are talking about. So here, instead, it should be saying all of our blouses are now on sale. So do not miss this offer doesn't even talk about what the offer is, what the product is. So clearly specify what the product is. All of our blouses are now on sale at 20% off, what the offer is, and then find out more in our online fashion shop. The next one, which is about users' personal attributes. So For example, this one, single on Valentine's Day, buy yourself a dress to fit your mood. So again, it is about talking about or implying the personal attributes of the user, um, which is a clear no-go. Instead, what should be said is check out our Valentine's Day offer, all dresses for 20% off. The second one is how proud are you of your daughter? Again, talking to the father or the mother, okay, and you're again addressing a personal attribute. Instead, you can use a copy such as check out our personalized gifts for daughters. Use language that is grammatically correct and not offensive. Get the best of both worlds with Azure Hybrid Cloud. This is misuse capitalization, uh, using unnecessarily capitals for your ad copy. Okay, the right way to go is, again, get the best word or best of both worlds with Azure Hybrid Cloud in the sentence case without sensationalizing the copy by using caps lock. Now, in this example, buy now with various symbols and asterisks, which is again not right. Symbols, numbers, letters must be used properly without the intention of circumventing our ad review process or other enforcement system. Like in this case, this is wrong. Instead, a simple buy now for the CTA should be the right way forward. Only make claims that are true and not sensational. Like in this case, both the cases, like false claims of products and best ever product for acne, the only one, best-selling cleanser for acne-prone skin. So it might be the best-selling cleanser for you, but putting it as the best product ever for acne, the only one, it's like false claim, and it's not something which would be acceptable. Similarly, in this case, there is a sensational claim about the sale date. Okay, like you're only today, click here before the discount ends. It should instead could be used as our sale is live until the end of the month. That is, whatever is the right sale date, specify and be clear about all your, again, product offerings and including when the sale is about to come to an end. These are some examples of some rejected ads. The first one here, One Touch. I mean, can you guess what this product is? Okay, we have absolutely no information about what is it that they're really selling, right? The image doesn't say anything, and One Touch clothing brand, what is it? What clothing brand? Okay, so not enough information, no product information at all. Now, the second one, which talks about giving 100% guaranteed result for beard growth by using it only for 1 month. Okay, this is again false claims. So this is again a no-go, not something that would fit the bill. The third example here is mother's love is what it says is mother's love is eternal. If you love your mother, hit the like button. Firstly, it's a controversial content. Okay, there's sensational copy, there is use of disturbing images, and it's misleading and suggesting that the user should click if they love their mothers. If they don't, then they don't really love them. Okay, so this is again not acceptable. Ads must not contain content that exploits crisis, whether it's political or social in nature, for commercial purpose. Okay, so for various reasons, this ad has got rejected. Okay, now let's move to the next part, the next element, which is ad creatives. So what are the ground rules for compliant ad creatives? One, do not include images or videos of adult or suggestive nature. Ads cannot contain any kind of nudity. Okay. Plus, similarly, ads cannot be promoting sale or use of tobacco products and or any related paraphernalia. Ads must not promote electronic cigarettes, vaporizers, any products that stimulate smoking. Do not use misleading elements like non-functional button. Do not put any fake functionality on the ads that would promote the user to click on the ads and get misled. For example, multiple choice options which are shown, but actually like none of those buttons are clickable. It is allowed to use CTA button if it leads to a landing page. Okay, for example, if the CTA says take a quiz, and on clicking it actually takes you to the quiz, then it is okay. If it's something which is either takes you to a wrong landing page, saying something and taking to another landing page, or which does not function at all, so that's also that is not acceptable either. Do not use Facebook's brand assets against the guidelines. And any way which implies partnership, sponsorship, or endorsement, that's not acceptable. Do not use Facebook features like the Facebook like button or the reaction emojis and the ad creatives the way Facebook uses. Do not focus on specific body parts or pain points. Like do not zoom into body parts or highlight them in a certain way, like pointing arrows, which is say a particular arm pain or a particular thing which is zooming into the body part. Do not use before after images or images that implies or depicts there is a negative negativity of any body form, and any kind of that would any undesirable way that could make the user upset. Okay, so do not portray any specific bodies as perfect or ideal in any way. So let's take a look at some examples. Like here, there's a wrong use of Facebook logo. This is the right way the Facebook logo is used. Here again, the use of Facebook name in the account name, Facebook in the account name, which is again not acceptable. Instead of friend smash for Facebook, it should just be friend smash. Ads must not promote the sale or use of tobacco products. So any kind of tobacco related products, including cigarettes, cigars, chewing tobacco, tobacco pipes, hookah, lounges, rolling papers, vaporizer delivery services, anything of that sort, or like buying cigarettes, e-cigarettes here today, all that is not acceptable. Instead, any blogs or groups connecting with people with tobacco related interests, as long as the services do not lead to the sale of product or tobacco related products, as in like say health group, anti-smoking campaigns and ebooks, counseling services for smoking addiction, or rehabilitation program, that is again something which is acceptable. So nothing that would lead to the sale of tobacco products. Do not use misleading elements like non-functional buttons, like in this case, the ticks appear to be buttons, but they actually are not. Okay, then in the second one, you see the non-functional play button. And the third example, there are non-functional radio buttons. So all this is not acceptable. Do not focus on any specific body parts or pain points. Like in the first one, you see the ad image, it's focusing on zoomed body part, the spinal cord. Instead, this is something that would be acceptable by Facebook. Again, similarly, the second example is again image zoomed into a body part. The more acceptable would be an image which is zoomed out and compliant. The third one is the image focuses on. Also, all of these are more specific body parts related examples which are not acceptable. A third one, it's about focusing on getting the great abs and like weight loss challenge. Instead, the image should be focusing on physical fitness, and like this one here, that is a more compliant ad. Here are some examples of rejected ads. The first one focusing on specific body part. The second one, which says about before and after transformation by using the product. Okay, this is a non-compliant image. Completely not okay to use a before and after hair growth treatment. It's again false claims. Okay, sensational false claims. So this is non-compliant. And the third one, which says about click the button if you want to vote for Muslim. This is completely controversial content. The ad must not contain any content that explores, exploits crisis or political or social issues for commercial purpose. Again, it cannot be asserting or implying any personal attributes. Okay, coming to the last element, which is about the landing page. So what are the ground rules for compliant landing page? One, make sure that the landing page is relevant to the ad when advertising any product. Make sure the landing page reflects the product and not your main page, like the example that we saw right at the beginning about Chalda. Provide as much information about your product or services as possible. Then you have to make sure that landing page is compliant with the Facebook policies, most of the policies that apply to landing page are the same as the one that apply to ads. So, and also, of course, make sure that you do not have any prohibited content or services on the landing page as well, like similarly, like how you do not have on the ads. Make sure that the page is easy to navigate. Do not obstruct users' navigation with, say, pop-up ads. Make sure to include links that the user can click on. For example, it is recommended to have a menu bar at the top of the landing page with links to contact in case of any queries, which links to providing company information and everything possible about the company. Number 4, make sure the landing page is functional and accessible. Most of the policies apply to landing page as well that we discussed. So make sure that it's functional, it's accessible. It should be accessible from any geographical region. Do not lead users to error pages or pages that are under construction. Do not put automatic downloads on your landing page. Make sure that it does not go to any PDF or JPEG files. And also, make sure that the landing page does not require the user to download any program or software in order to access the landing page. So here are some example of rejected ads. Like in this case, the name and the URL don't match. Okay, the pages do not represent what um, what they are actually selling. Okay, again, the business name and the logo, nothing really matches. So both in cases of in both the ads. Right? So okay, um, coming to the next section, which is how to use ad relevance diagnostic. So when diagnosing an ad that isn't meeting your advertising objectives, review ad relevance diagnosis to determine whether the adjustment to your creative assets or post-click experience or audience targeting could improve your performance. Okay, a lot of times what we mistake is to take each one of them individually. However, it always helps to look at it in totality rather than as an individual element. Okay. So when you actually go to your ad account, okay, and you scroll to the right of the each ads, okay, what you would see is are these columns which mentions the quality ranking, engagement rate ranking, and conversion rate ranking. Okay, and what you will find is that your ad is reviewed against all all of these elements. Okay, so say for example, you are average or above average, or then you're good. You know, you don't need to make any changes. Just optimize for your advertising objective. Um, in this case, where great when it comes to quality ranking, great when it comes to engagement rate ranking, but not so much when it comes to the conversion rate ranking. In that case, that isn't producing enough conversion, improve your call to action of your ad or post-click experience, or target a higher intent audience. So similarly, your ad is great when it comes to quality ranking and conversion rate ranking, but engagement rate ranking, not so much. So that means it's not spurting enough interest. Okay, in that case, improve your ad's relevance to your audience. For example, by making it more engaging, more interesting, or eye-catching, or target an audience which are more likely to interact with the ad. Say if you're great when it comes to engagement rate ranking, conversion rate ranking, but not so much with quality, then your ad is perceived to be a low quality ad, and then you have to improve. In that case, you have to improve the quality of your creative assets, or target an audience that are more likely to perceive your ad as a high quality ad. Okay, there are over 9 such permutation combinations that you will find on the ad diagnostic relevance, and I'll share the link to this. It would give you detailed information of what is it that you should be doing when depending on where you're at rank. I'm just going to wait for a second here before moving to the last part of my session. Okay, so you've got all your ad policies right, but how do we get to better creative? Okay, so by knowing the rules, innovating within them, and knowing when to break them. So creativity matters, okay, but there is no silver bullet, and we get to better, more impactful performance created by knowing what the rules are, and of course innovating within them. So where do we start? You start with the mobile best practices. Okay, so we know that video is a huge opportunity. Video consumption is growing quickly and it's been driven by mobile, thus giving us a big opportunity, right? So when it comes to DR advertising on Facebook, you need to start with the mobile best practices. One, shorter in duration. What we've seen is 6 to 10 seconds tends to be the sweet spot for most high performing DR ads. Designed with sound off, designed for sound off in case the user has a phone with no volume. Okay, frame your visual story in the right aspect ratio. That is in newsfeed. 1:1 is a suggested ratio, allowing the CT and buy now or learn button to be visible, as opposed to like a 9:16 when it comes to stories. Now, you need to then layer this creative consideration for driving action over and above the mobile creative best practices. Okay, so what are those? One, static and video work better together. So what we have seen is mixed assets campaigns have a positive impact for DR advertising when it comes to lower funnel matrix. Highlight the brand early. Brand association within 3 seconds of video start is positively correlated with conversion lift. Showcase the product or service that is being advertised throughout. And that's what we have seen is, again, it correlates with conversion. Get noticed using thumb stopping visual techniques. Being noticed is positively again related with conversion lift. Provoke and promote with text copy, which is overlooked creative element. So asking questions, showing promotion, keeping the text copy under 280 characters. One of the some of the few things that should be done. Play more with different formats and create more, learn more, play more. So that's it from my end today, and I'm going to call Archana, who will take you through the her section. Just a second. All right. So yeah, calling upon Archana now, who would take you through the creative testing and ad policies compliance.
Okay, thank you, Aarti. Thank you so much. I think that was very, very useful. Are you able to see my screen right now, everyone? Aarti, can you help here?
Just a second. Let me check. Just a second.
I think it's better now, right?
I think you should be able to see this. Yeah,
the screen is visible.
I think okay, so mine is not. So guys, if you're not able to see Archana's screen, please do.
Sorry about this. We're facing some problem today. Can you just confirm if you can see the screen in the chat?
Yes, we can answer.
Okay. All right. Okay. So thank you so much. And Atsi, that was very useful, very insightful. And we really hope that all this helps you understand, whether you like it or not, you have to play by the rules. So when it comes to advertising on Facebook, ad policies are really important. And let's face it, rejection is really very hurtful. So, all of us crave for approvals. So make sure that you are adhering to all the policies that Atsi mentioned today. Because what can happen is a few minor violations, they can really cost you valuable time. It will cost you, a campaign when your ad gets rejected. And what happens with larger violations is that you can actually even have your account banned. So it's better that you are safe than sorry. Because again, at the end of the day, when you are going to be following these guidelines, it's going to get your ads approved faster, number one. Number two, it is going to help you build trust as a business as well, because users are liking your content and you're just being able to connect very immediately or understanding what works. And once you have understood this, then the next step is to understand what is my best strategy, what is my best way to connect with people so that I can get better performance. And that is what the solutions we are going to do today, and what I'm going to take you through is how can you test this knowledge. And for that, what we do is, this is a very famous line, and I just want to say is, when we don't test appropriately for our decisions, we are left out only with assumptions. So this is Brian Tracy, and he really puts it very well. He says that incorrect assumptions lie at the root of every failure. So please have the courage to test your assumptions, because unless you can see into your Facebook's target audience mind, it's not possible for you to figure out, right? It's really impossible to tell you what really thinks, what he or she's thinking, or what they're liking, and what is going to work and help you get better conversions. So then how do you combat this? And what happens again is that the mistakes that we do when we are working, they can really be very expensive. So we don't understand, whether people are preferring light images, darker images. Should you formulate your ad headline as a question or as a regular sentence? Which is your best performing offer that you're giving? Whether 20% works, 25% is performing better. So again, have you optimized your ad delivery in the most efficient way? So all these, and again, you are also, you're targeting your right audience as well. So all these can be done with Facebook A/B testing, because Facebook A/B testing will be able to answer all your questions, and then all these gut feelings that you have, then they will not have too much of a say when you're doing your ad creation process. Because with gut feeling, it does not work best when you're making your marketing decisions. You have to successfully innovate, and that is what we have seen. The largest companies in the world, they have adopted A/B testing as an everyday culture, because that is what helps them to understand how to reach out to their customers, even when your budgets are tight. And here is a survey it's a global survey, which is done with about 1,000 marketers. And it shows, that 25% of the budget was wasted on ineffective channels and strategies. So I'm sure you're going to ask here now is, how do I accurately measure and how do I accurately spend my hard-earned marketing budget then? So being able to run tests with different strategies is then going to help you assess what you're doing right, whether it is working for you and whether it is extremely valuable. And hence testing is really crucial for your day-to-day strategies, because what it does, it gives you more room to grow, and it also helps you create better content that converts. So A/B testing is our solution that is going to give you really accurately results for your different ads, so that you'll understand which is performing better. And how this works, it helps you change your variables. So you can test your ad creative, you can test placement, you can test optimization, and then you can see which is performing better. You can test your product catalog. So there are various variables that you can test, and we're going to go through all of them today. So this is how you can improve your future campaigns. So just very quickly, I'm going to explain to you how this works. Is A/B testing, which is also called as split testing. This is your marketing strategy. What it does is it's going to test two elements of a marketing campaign, one against another. And how we do this is A/B testing will divide your audience into random, non-overlapping groups. All right, that is really important. It's random, non-overlapping groups, and they will be shown your ad tests, which are identical in all aspects, except for one variable. And that one variable will be the major difference. And these could be any variable. So this could be your creative you're testing, where you're testing your audience, whether you want to go for broad, you want to go for, your select custom audience, all this can be done. And from here, the result, you'll be able to understand which is giving you a better conversion. So I'll just quickly run through what are the benefits. So the first biggest benefit is that you're going to impact your bottom line, and you're going to increase your revenue, and your conversions are going to work better. Another biggest benefit is that you're going to be able to do rapid iterations. That means you're going to be able to change faster. That means you're going to win fast or you're going to lose fast, but you will be able to take those decisions much more quickly. So when we say you're winning quickly, then it means that you're gaining for your business. And when you're losing, you know what is not working for you. So that is why A/B testing is really powerful, because this is happening with your actual audiences and it is giving you the results. So it's not like some random, secondary data or something. And, you're asking, you're able to understand exactly what your customers are thinking. And they are the ones who are responding to the way your communication is and telling you what they like, what they did not like, what resonated with them. And all this data is letting you understand your audience. It is helping you guide your decisions, your investment decisions, your product decisions, whether even if you're launching a new product, whether you want to buy a new service, everything is being informed over you. All the data is telling you the truth. And that is why the results are going to make a huge difference to your bottom line, to your business outcomes. So these are one of the many reasons that A/B testing is really important. And if we just have to run through some others very quickly, is what it helps you do is it determines whether, like I mentioned, a new product or the process, whatever you are trying to innovate or you're trying to bring into the market, you can do it on a really small scale. You will get a lot of clarity whether a particular aspect of your campaign is working or not. You can test various hypotheses over here. So perhaps you think that, this particular product works only for, say, Gen Z or for millennials. And perhaps you'll be surprised to find that, even the elder audiences, anyone who is above 40, 45 is also tuned into your product. So these are various hypotheses you could test, whether it's which kind of audiences perhaps it works with. Then we mentioned about you can iterate your creative content. So it's going to give you better results. So all this combination of elements can help you. And again, you will be able to understand, the kind of creative that is leading to your landing page. The more time your audiences are spending on your site, the more time they spend, then more likely they're going to discover value into your content. So you could test out your landing pages and then understand how this is leading you to conversions. So all these learnings from this A/B testing that you will be doing, this when you're going to successfully apply, then you can really scale it at a very higher rate. So when, for instance, you will be able to understand if you're in e-commerce, what are your cart abandon rate, and you can reduce this further, because you'll be able to understand, when you're testing, how many people went and converted, how many people didn't, and then you can go and iterate and make all those changes. So what all this means is just with a relatively small sample size, A/B testing can really give you a lot of very, very significant actionable results. And these are going to then help you get your most relevant users. And this will help you optimize quickly, and it will also help you change your low converting pages faster. So that is why it's very important that you make your decisions data-based so that you're able to understand how you're gaining, or if you're losing, what not to do. Hence, the very obvious way is that you do A/B testing, and the major learning from an A/B testing is that whether you want to rule something out or not, like you're testing an assumption. And what we can also do is you can see when you're making a change, if anything decreases your conversion, the first thumb rule is don't change this, don't move forward with it, go with what is already going there. So these are the various things that you could do with A/B testing. Now, here is an example when it comes to ad policies of an ad. You can see over here why your creative was rejected. So firstly, the content is abstract. If you can see, there is no information about the product. There is no description of what this picture is about. And we can see some gel, but you can't make out clearly what is in the background. Again, this particular image, it is not aligning with the text copy, which is saying, dear sister, like our page if you want our products. So, and again, it's focusing on the body part. The product pricing, the shipping, the payment option, all this is missing. So why would this ad even get approved, correct? And RC has given us all the reasons why, how, and you can make your ads better. So when all of that has been applied, this is how an approved ad is looking. Now here you can see everything is as per the ad policy guidelines. The products are displayed. The URL is legit. It is going to a legitimate landing page. The message and the text just talking about the collection. Then there is a product description. There is shipping options and details. The CTA is appropriate. It says shop now. And if you look, the creative image, the text, the logo, they are all also aligned with the image and your Facebook page. So everything is as per policy guidelines, and hence this is approved. So very, very nice example over here. Now that you've got this right, after getting this right, now how do you move forward? How do you optimize, right? What is the best efficient way? So now you start getting better conversions once you have figured what are all the right things you need to say. So here you can start by testing the creative execution with A/B testing. And you can do multiple variations of an ad. So here, for example, is from Clarins, the lipsticks brand. Now you can see that test A shows one red lipstick with red cupcakes and all very, very nice and pleasant looking background. And the color also implies the color of the lipstick. And the cell B, it is showing you a collection of 5 lipsticks. And also shows how it looks when you apply it on your skin, understanding how the skin tone is going to finally look like. So whether your creative is showing a single product or, in a very pretty setting gives you better conversions, or one by showing application and the collection, what makes people buy, you could test this out here. Then you can also test people versus. Here in test A, you have Brawn Beauty, which is talking about this facial hair removal product. And here you're showing a model who's using it. Versus in your other B, your test cell B, you're showing the product which has all the packaging displayed. So again, over here, it's worthy to notice that the quality of leads that you're going to get is generally higher if your audience is checking your ad for the right reasons. So when you're having people, make sure that they're going to be checking you for the right reasons. So if you want people to eventually buy your product, it's best that you first test out with product versus images and see which one is giving you a better conversion. Then you can also text different messaging and headline. So for example, here you can see, but the product description, which is there in the headline in test A, for example, it talks about the price benefit. So here it is saying, why settle for one when you can get 2 or more? Shop the most amazing and affordable, plain shirts, the combo. And then it also gives you the URL, it gives you the shipping, return policy, everything is given in one description. And then you are seeing test B. Now here it is talking about the classic quality and the style benefit. So just by tweaking the headline, you can see which one audience is understanding better, and hence they are clicking on it and leading you to better conversions. So this is how, and it is talking about being seasonal, for instance, in the test B. So this is how you could test out your headlines. And again, you can also test different product benefits of the same product, one ad at a time. Like, so example here is Alexa, Amazon Alexa, they are selling this new innovation that they have done. So here the product benefit is that one can hear poems of popular actors in this popular actor's voice. And here it is saying, listen to great poems with a hashtag that is very unique to how one uses Alexa. And again, test B is about the benefit of listening to jokes, which will be heard in this popular actor's voice again. So all this points out that testing is the main reason here for you to discover all new and very productive and very effective ways to spend your budget on, so that you're getting maximum result. Because people differently react to different kinds of marketing angles. Perhaps I might not like poems, but I will like jokes. So that is the reason I will enjoy the test B much more. So it depends on how your audience is reacting, and you could figure out and you can test, and then you could bucket those audiences as well. This is how it will really help you. Now, when it comes to landing pages, now, for example, here is an example that was rejected for having a very non-functional landing page. Now, can you guess what this whole ad is about? Are you able to tell that this is for a car sunshade? Not really, right? Because the creative here is abstract. Again, the product is information is missing, the price, the shipping details, headline, everything is missing over here. So obviously this has got rejected. And this is your approved creative here, where everything is right. So your image is clear. It is indicating that this is a waterproof sunshade. It is also showing the model of the exact car. There is a nice emoji of the cloud, which is adding a fun element, right? And the URL is very clear with the product description, and all the dimensions also are given. And this landing page also is very done well. So it is giving you all the details of the pricing, shipping details. So that is the reason this is being approved. Now, once you've got your landing page right, then you can tell which URL destination in your landing page is also giving better conversions. So whether a landing page which is describing only a product at a time, one product at a time, for instance, or it is going to give more information about the features and more functions and how to use, and that is why give instant and higher conversion. So you could test both these approaches and figure what works better for your audience. Does education and information helps them, or enticing them with a flat discount or whatever helps. So you could test this out.
It's 11 o'clock.
And if your product or service, it has multiple benefits, or you have products in one category that you cannot actually squeeze into a single ad, then we highly recommend you that you test this using Carousel Ads. And Carousel Ads, they have a very unique advantage over your your normal single ad format. And how this is because it helps you showcase your entire range. So you could show 2 to 10 images or videos of all your products, within a single ad. And each of them can then have an external link. So you could test this out then. So you could test whether having a carousel against a single, which one works for you, and are your audiences enjoying this kind of format. And hence they're giving you more conversions, because now they have more information about what you have to offer. Because then users, how they will do this, they'll scroll through each image or video. They're going to be swiping on their mobile devices, and then they're going to click with their left, right arrows, and they're going to really be going to your website. So this is going to be driving your website, boosting the traffic there. And what they also, your carousel also offers you is the flexibility to leverage, a very in-feed ad format. So this is like, it looks much more engaging when a person is scrolling in. So it's more fun. It is, you can have videos and a combination of static ads in this. So really a beautiful format, and you must try this as your everyday adoption and do that with A/B testing. So yeah, this is how it runs. And here is just to give you a template how it looks like. So this displays your post text, your headline, your link description, your call to actions, and it is going to take you through your landing page. So it's not going to cost you more. That's more important, and much more benefit of this is that you're going to have more eyes for so many of your products, and all of them with different messages. So a really beautiful format that you must adopt for every day. This one is the collection format. This is again highly recommended, and this is only a mobile-only format. And what it does, it gives you a very maximum mobile user-friendly audience, if I can say that, because it is going to give you a full screen when you are going to be looking at each of these products. Because when people are going to be tapping into the collection ads, they're going to be taken to a very fast-loading, full experience, full screen experience. So they are not going to go out of Facebook. That is why it is much more engaging and much more helpful in converting. So this is how you could do it. Now, how it works is collection ads is it also has an inbuilt instant experience working with it. So then you'll be not only be able to generate intent, that means you'll be able to drive a lot of discovery and a lot of attention. You can pair your media with all the relevant products. And then when users land, then they're going to have an instant experience ad. And that is going to start initiating engagement. It is going to nurture interest for your brand. And once this interest has been nurtured, then you harvest this interest. How do you do that? Then you send your prospects to your website. And then after, they post the clicking landing page, then it is going to help them buy into your product and take action. So this is why collection ads is also really highly recommended. And lastly, you can experiment with beautiful dynamic ads. They are highly intelligent ads, if I can say, and they are just going to pick up how your user is behaving on the platform when he has seen your products, and then present all those products back again as a reminder, retargeting, or as a broader targeting experience as well. So how this ad looks is it is showcasing all your amazing products, and it shows your product catalog. So for instance, if a user has viewed this pair of shoes on your fashion site, then he can be shown the same product and he's not bought it, for instance. And then when he's back on Facebook, maybe after a few hours or the next day, he can be shown the same products or products lying under that category in the same range the next time he's coming on Facebook. So for instance, over here, again, one more important point is that all the images you can see, there's 100 focus on the image. So that is what dynamic ads do. So when you upload your products, there's 100% focus on the image, and these are really lovely eye-catching creatives, and these are really helping you trigger your mind, so that there is a a lot of chance that the user wants to own this, wants to buy this. Like for me, for instance, I would love to own these yellow boots. So really, this format is amazing, very compelling, and it is a very personal format, right? Because I have gone to this site, I have seen the yellow boots earlier. I did not have time. Maybe I got a call, and then you have shown it back. So, and you not only showed me my yellow boots, which I had liked, but you also showed me this really compelling eye-catching creatives, of your other products as well. So what is not to love about this? And I'm definitely going to pick up at least one of this. So this is what you could really test with dynamic ads. And how you could do this is now how dynamic ads works is you have to upload your product sets in your ads manager assets. So once you have configured it over there, then you can actually test, for instance, in test A, in your cell A, you can have all your products which have a lesser value than 50 USD. And then in your cell B, you take all your products which are having a higher value of over 50 USD. And then you can see compare, which is the one which gives you faster conversions, which is the one which gives you higher conversions in that window. And you can also compare if your customers are giving better conversions when you show product catalog, like for this fashion brand, for instance, Nike. So they have a lot of footwear fashion, for instance. So test A shows a type of footwear fashion brand versus like it is showing your slippers and your shoes, versus test B, which is showing the best brands in your sportswear shoes. So you can have these two different product sets that you can test and see which product set gives higher conversions. And this also depends on the season. So if it is a festive season, maybe the person is buying for the entire family. So, you test A will show higher conversions, but whether it's a normal, business as usual B, even for your customers, then maybe they're only inclined into buying shoes, then, this can convert. So also depends on various other factors. But this is a very interesting test that you could do, and this is highly recommended. Okay. So that is all about creative testing, and there is you can go really versatile with all your creative testing, and you can really have better performance. Now, what is really important furthermore to understand is that you also need a very good customer feedback. A customer feedback score can affect your commerce experience, your commerce performance, and then it all will show on your return on ad spend. Now, how do you think this happens, and why do you think this is important, you will ask? This is because Facebook has been designed to maximize value for people as well as for business. So what it does, it starts collecting a lot of feedback from people who have made purchases on Facebook, and then tries to understand the customer experience and the satisfaction. And all this helps to understand how your business is interacting with customers, whether your customers are interacting, they find your business engaging, and they're happy to be part of your business, and then they're buying from you, and at the same time they're giving you feedback, and are you listening to their opinions? So all this helps you to understand where you can improve, where the improvements can be made, and then this really helps you shine, and make you much more better than your competition, and hence this also impacts your bottom line. So hence a feedback score is really important. So how this is done is Facebook will survey people. You can see over here on the highlighted boxes over here. So the survey questions are asked to users who have purchased your item. And then there are these 3 questions about product quality, about shipping, delivery, and customer service. And how it is done is it is sent several weeks post a purchase. So after a person has bought, post-purchase, because this will again ensure that the buyer has completed the purchase experience. Then it asks customer satisfaction levels, whether the overall experience was satisfactory or whether it was not satisfying. And, you can see from here as well, what the user is most satisfied with. So all your product, shipping, customer service is shown over here. And where can you find your feedback score? Customer feedback score is you find it inside your ad account by logging into your manager account. And then you go into your Facebook account, your account quality from the side menu. And how it is calculated is it is calculated over a scale of 0 to 5. So if an advertiser, he receives a significant amount of negative feedback, then it is considered that all the ads from this advertiser are lower in quality. So that means a paid ad, then it gets subjected to ad delivery restrictions. So if you're scoring below 2, that means you're in trouble. That means, and again, your ads will then reach fewer people for that same budget. And if the feedback indicates that you're not complying with, misleading claims, policy, all that, then you again even lose the ability to advertise. So that is why this factor is absolutely important, and hence you should please follow the best practices. So here are the best practices of how you can achieve a good score. First is your product quality. So if you see on the left, this company, it has a very poor product quality score. It is about 60%. That means 60% of its, it's saying that 60% of its customers are not satisfied with the product quality. Now, why has the company scored this? Perhaps the customer received the product badly, the quality was not as expected, it looked different from the photo, or from the sizing, or for the material that he was expecting. It was not explained clearly on the website. So he's got an absolutely different product sometimes than what he had ordered. It is looking totally different. So the right way how you can set this is you first clear your expectations about your product with all the necessary information. And how you put this information, you make sure you have high resolution pictures or videos about what has been sold, and all your pictures are in different dimensions and angles, and it doesn't take too long to get these pictures, right? So your customers are very clearly know what they're getting into. Like for instance, for apparels, for clothes, also make sure that all the size charts that is working correctly for the country that you are selling it into. So ensure that you mention the UK, US, China, all sizes properly. And also, and if you are sourcing from suppliers, then your quality check again has to be very high. For instance, body dimensions in certain sizes do not fit a particular localized target audience, for instance. So check if the hips, waist, shoulders, all these are mentioned in your size chart correctly. And also the supplier is delivering on time, as it is stated on the website. So all this will then join together and reflect on your product quality. Then again, your customer feedback score, it will measure your delivery efficiency. Now here you can see 73% are most dissatisfied with delivery speed. Now why could this be? This could be because the shipping time, for instance, is not clarified. It is confused with the dispatch time. So right from the time the customer has ordered to the time it's coming to his door, so door-to-door exact time was not considered, and that is why the expected delivery time, that turned out to be like falsely mentioned, and the actual time, all that got delayed. So obviously, if the person wanted it for a certain date, got it later, wanted it for the birthday, and perhaps got it for an anniversary, or whatever, he's going to be disappointed and dissatisfied, when the order is late, and also when the shipping items and the not clear on the products. That can be absolutely annoying and can also cost the customer. And that is you'll really lose out if all this is not mentioned clearly. So the best practice is that you mention your expected delivery times, the costs, the carriers, your processing time, the availability of your item availability, and whether the items are in the going to be delivered in the calendar of business days. So whether it is going to consider holidays or not consider holidays, working schedule, etc. And always best that you provide a link to your shipping policy in every product. And if you're offering discounts or if you're offering free shipping, that is helpful. And also, what really helps, even I find this very useful for my personal views also, is tracking information. So tracking information about the shipments, so the customer is able to track the package and they're not going to waste his or your time in sending you emails, etc. So that is really important. And if you're doing this right, your feedback score is really going to be very well over here and very high. And lastly is customer service. Now, this particular company has 75% dissatisfied customer service score. Something has really gone wrong here, and this could be because the service is really poor. So either their refund policies are not correct, or they could not be reached, or they did not honor certain things that they mentioned about coupons, return policy, or they were making some false claims of free return, and they did not give any. Or if the customer was trying to reach the company and it's fallen to deaf ears, nobody bothered to reply. So a lack of response means zero customer service, right? Or sometimes the product page has disappeared, and now the customer can't ask the shipping or the return question. So obviously extremely poor customer service. And how then this can be combated and how can you make yours better is that you first stay engaged with your customers. That's the first thing you do. You treat them as your most valued, and so you engage on multiple channels. So it's emails, chats, messenger, phone call. If you're in a different time zone, please mention what are your working hours. How long it will take to respond to a query. That is really very helpful and very considerate. Then have a very friendly customer return policies. And keep surveying your customers when they have bought your products. It will help you understand better on how you can improve. Even when you're sending your packages, you can even have a mention of it, like like us if you have enjoyed our service. So all this will really help you figure out how your customers are resonating with you. And make sure that, all the positive and negative reviews that you're getting, you pay due diligence attention to, and especially for your bad reviews, because bad reviews, if you look at them closely, you'll be able to identify what your customers are unsatisfied about, and that is going to really help you move faster, better, and then reflect on your ROS as well in the long run, because that is going to give you a very clear picture of what issues need to be corrected. And for instance, if you're going to be experiencing delays, go and be proactive and write to them or say something like that your stock is running out and it will take time for you. It will take longer than it is expected to receive. So these are the various things that you could do. And also make sure that you have a trustworthy third-party payment gateway as well. So all these will add up and give you a very good customer score. And now that we have learned about all the the best practices and the best ways to have a good score, I'm sure you are really looking forward to implementing all of these so that you have a great experience with your business and your customers are satisfied with your products. I really hope that you have made note of all these, because again, all the changes, the little changes that you're going to make is going to make your business look much more customer friendly. It is going to have a larger impact on your business. Customers are going to love you and they're going to keep coming back to you, and you're going to win your customers just by having this customer feedback score right, and they're going to find you trustworthy. And once they find you trustworthy, they're going to honor you and they're going to reward you with better repeated purchases and even higher value purchases. And that is how you're going to improve your return on ad spend, your bottom line, your revenues, right? So ultimately, people buy from people they trust. And it is Facebook's goal that we provide a very healthy, trustworthy, and transparent experience for people as well as for business. So compliance is mandatory, and this is the only way that you can win the trust of your consumers and help them make the most of Facebook by you being there, or also by they being there and waiting for you to show what more you have in store for them. All right. So that brings us to the end of today's webinar. And if you have any further queries or any questions, you can write to us directly, or you can contact the Facebook POC as well, and we'll be happy to help. We are running a little late today, so if there are any questions, we will answer you, or you can write to us directly. And Aatsi, if you just want to join in and add something here, that will be also great.
Yeah, thanks, Archana. Thank you, everyone, for attending this session. Hope it was useful, helpful. And as promised, I'm just sharing this link, which will tell you all the details about how to diagnose your ad. Okay, the one that I shared in my presentation. So this link has all those details. Also, this would be like follow-up sessions would be on maximizing creative effectiveness for performance for brands and conversational commerce. So stay tuned. We'll send you links for all these sessions, which would be focused on e-commerce and likes. So again, thank you so much for attending. Both Archana and I are very happy that we could take you through this, and that's it from our end. Archana, if there's anything that you would like to add here.
No, all good, Aatsi. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for joining in today. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks.